Hello, everyone. This is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 20 of Direwolf20's Let's Play of All the Mods 10. Hey, I can't wait for All the Mods 20 to come out, so that'll be a great episode 20. Anyway, today, all kinds of stuff on the to-do list. I'm starting to look at what the ATM star is going to lead to, right? Because ultimately, this pack is a great kitchen sink pack. It has like a ton of cool things. It's great with like all the quests that it has to like guide you through how all the mods work. But ultimately, your goal is to make the ATM star. So this guy is like a really big, like so big that I can't see it on the UI right now. So I guess I'll have to do something about that. But it looks like there's a modular machinery mod that will let me, do the thing to make the ATM star. However, to make the ATM star, there's going to be a bunch of things. We need a lot of unobtainium alloy blocks, very expensive. A lot of nether star times 3 blocks. So we're going to have to like automate nether stars to a stupid degree. And then we need each of these cool items here, which luckily are relatively mapped out here in the quest. So these are like the main components of everything we need to get the ATM star going. What's cool about this is each one of these items uses a bunch of stuff from all the mods in the pack. So like it's a great way to like encourage you to do a deep dive into each of the mods. So if I pick Dragon Soul, for example, we'll see that we're going to need to get into Apotheosis, we're going to need to get into Occultism, we're going to need to get into Productive Trees, we're going to need to get into Hostile Neural Networks, we're going to have to get the Piglet Heart block from all the Modium, Productive Bees, and Eternal Starlight, which is a mod I have no idea about, but there's a quest line for it, and it looks pretty nifty. So we'll have to check that out at some point. So Eternal Starlight, definitely interested in what this is about. Oh, it's a whole dimension. That's cool. I've never played that one before, have I? Think so. I don't think so. So anyway, that's just the Dragon Soul, right? Then there's the Improbability device, which requires getting into Mechanism, super endgamey. This we've actually already done, so we're cool. Lightning Orb upgrade from Iron Spells and Spellbooks. Gonna have to get some Mega Cells, gonna have to do some Modern Industrialization, some Advanced Iron Furnaces stuff, some Pneumaticraft stuff, right? So like each one of these components requires like a bunch of progress, usually towards the middle to end game of a bunch of different mods. So I'm like starting to wrap my head around like all the stuff we're gonna need to do here and what we're gonna get into. I don't know, and like I guess if I was smart, I would probably go look into, exactly like some guide or some recommendation on like what order to get stuff going in. So like this is always a big one, this Dimensional Seed, because you need like a lot of different things here, right? But I think this shouldn't be too bad to get. Miniature exit porter from all the tweaks. Oh, look at that. More Apothic enchanting stuff. That's not too terrible. So yeah, just a ton of things that we're going to need. So I think what I'd like to do is probably start with one of these and like just start digging to each of the mods to be able to progress where we're going to want to get. While I'm doing that, I'm also going to be side questing a little bit and getting some things that I want. Like I would love to get time crystals going from Just Dire things because that'll give me a nice tick accelerator that I can use to like help myself out with stuff. So automating time crystals is definitely going to be like a near-termy thing for me to do. I also want to get Silent All the Modium Plate because that has a really nice attack damage modifier on it. And I feel like that would be kind of cool to like make a katana out of. That would like, it does a lot more damage. It's 22 attack damage compared to the 10 that Refined Obsidian is. So like ultimately we'll be doing like way more damage. Especially once we throw some like quartz upgrade and sharpness and all that on it. So that's one thing I'm thinking about doing. To get into Dragon Souls, though, like the first item is an Apothic enchanting item. So I'm considering that like I might want to do that. Only because that seems smart to me, right? We can get Apotheosis going. And the nice thing about that is then I'll be able to enchant all my gear with some really powerful enchants. especially fortune and looting, but also protection because I know I'm going to be going up against some really nasty bosses in the immediate future. Speaking of annoying dudes, can I help you, friends? Anything I can do here? Thank you. How rude. So that's all the stuff I'm starting to think about, like how am I gonna get this going, right? Like I really want to make sure that I'm being efficient and progressing through the pack in an intelligible way. So let's start with Apotheosis today. That sounds like a good time to me. So for that, we're going to want an enchanting table. And I'm going to like beeline through Apotheosis because you guys have seen me do this, what I would call quite a few times. And I'm guessing that just unlocked a whole bunch of quests in Apothic stuff, right? It also apparently unlocked something here, but like that's exciting and cool, but we'll deal with that later. Really, you're what I want to get, right? So next thing up is just 15 bookshelves. I'm hoping that if I follow this guide, it will give me like the best enchanting setup, and that's kind of what I'm going to want to go for. So I'm just going to... Normally I spend a lot of time like figuring out what the best enchanting setup is, and it changes a few times between versions. And to be fair, I think things have changed in Apotheosis since the 1.21 release. I might be wrong about that. We'll find out. So bookshelves, we're going to want 15 of these, right? So we're going to want 45 of you. How am I for leather, and how would I get more? Leather... I can atomically reconstruct leather. That's cool. I don't even know if I have a lot of flesh though. I don't have that much. Right? What other options for leather? I could get cow essence, but that requires soul jars of cows. Remember, that's how you get like that stuff. Not sure. Oh, I could loot fabricate. That's always an option. Definitely an option. And just drying basin. But I think the laser would probably be the best route for me for the moment. I should really get like a mob farm of some form going on. Only because that seems like it would be smart. Do I have more books, by the way? I do actually have a healthy amount of books. So I could call that cool. So let's do that. You know what else I want to do? I want to do the keep in stock thing. What's the keep in stock thing from Applied Energistics? I always forget the name of this block, but the one that keeps items in stock. Requestifier? Is that it? Emmy Requester. Yeah, you. Can I make one of these? Would that be doable? I feel like yes. Because there's a couple things I wouldn't mind keeping in stock. And do you think it would be a problem if I connected these two blocks to each other? I feel like probably, right? I feel like that's probably not a thing I want to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick you back here, Mr. Requestifier. And you can just kind of do that. So what I should be able to do is keep in stock things like oak logs. Yeah, the drag and drop eat doesn't always work. The other thing I would like to keep in stock is glass, because that's something I never have, enough of. So if I came over here and I did this, and I said, hey, actually, let's turn you all off for a minute. Let's make you 256 or 512. 512 seems like a number. And make 32 at a time, right? Now, if I turn that on, we should immediately have a request to make 32 glass. Cool? And then it'll keep doing that, okay? And then the same for you. I would like to have 256, and you can make 32 at a time, and then turn that on. And then if we check, we should have oak planks happening. So now we'll like kind of always have oak planks available to us. Is that cool? I like it. I do. I think that's like, what's up? So now, I should be able to make some bookshelves. Okay. You guys can go away for the time being. And we'll get the 15 that we need. And let's figure out where I want to set up an Apotheosis room. Do I want to do like a separate building for Apotheosis? Or do I want to just continue with my basement plan? Or how do I want to do that? I think basement plan probably works. Where am I at? 7 here? Okay. So I could do like, maybe I'll give myself a little bit more space. I'll do this. So that actually goes a little bit too high. I should probably make you a 5 by 5, and then what we can do. Because I know I'm going to need like a healthy-ish amount of space. But it doesn't need to be that tall. And I should pretty up my basement a little. My sub-basement here. Like my basement is okay looking. I could fancy this up a little bit more. But we'll just kind of get the ball rolling with Apotheosis, like so. Right? So that is 28, and that is 30. That is cool. Great. All right, so that completed you. Infuse and enchanting, yes, I know how this all works. I've got Lapis, hooray. Making a real trident. Enchantment library is definitely going to be on my to-do list, but I don't think I can get that just yet. These guys are nice. We will definitely look at making some of them. I think hell shelves or sea shelves. I guess I could go either way, right? It gives you more arcana. I know ultimately I generally need both, right? And then deep shelf is where we go. Normally I go hell shelf path. That's fancy. And I think this is something I can achieve somehow. I feel like, yes, probably. I thought there was a way to get that. That was nifty-ish, but I guess we'll see. Yeah, you guys, this one has Quanta. And if I remember correctly, heads have Quanta, or skulls. Yeah, like wither skulls have Quanta. And I can do this to get a few more of these if I need, right? And that'll give me a good boost of Quanta as needed. So maybe we do the seashells. That could be cool. So you want 10 of those to complete the quest, or 10 hell shelves. Our introduction, they give Quanta, 3 a turn are better than normal shells, right? You're going to need at least 10 of them for the next step. And these do Arcana. Okay. Maybe I'll kind of do both lines. That almost seems like a good path. So you're going to need pufferfish and water bottles and prismarine. Now, prismarine I can get from this combo, which is a nice course of action, or I can get it just from nether quartz and the atomic reconstructor, which I should consider automating these recipes at some point soon. That might not be a terrible idea. As for pufferfish, I can definitely do fish essence, but I'm guessing this requires killing fish. Not the end of the world per se. What other options do I have? Is there like a fisher block? I think it's probably from foregoing, which will require me getting into plastic and latex and all that stuff, which I will absolutely have to do at some point, but not just yet. Give me a minute to think about how I want to proceed. I'm thinking I might do the fish essence thing. All right, so I'm thinking I'm going to do these soul jar things just to refresh my memory on how they work. Let's get... That's going to be smooth soul stone. And if I smelt that again, I should get soul dust, which should lead to soul glass, which should lead to one soul jar. So we're going to definitely need a lot more of that soul stone, which I'm assuming I find in the nether. So let's go hunting out there. How did you... I think I know what I did. I was wondering why it was taking so long to break that. Okay, you go away, and then my flint and steel is either in here. It is. Cool. All right, let me see if I can find more soulstone, because I definitely need a bunch of this. I'm assuming it will be near soul sand, right? And I'll also pick up some soulium ore when I find it. Oh, actually, yeah, that's a whole bunch of soulstone. So let's shapeless you. And there's your soulstone, along with a bunch of this stuff. That'll do. Right? And that gets me a lot of soulium dust, which I kind of have a bunch of already. And again, it would probably be beneficial to have fortune and looting and all that stuff, which is part of why I'm doing all this right now. Because I feel like having access to fortune and looting and all that good stuff would be smart at this point. Alright, so, do I have soulium? Oh, my. Look at that. So I've got plenty of soulstone, apparently. Apparently I have plenty of soulstone. Okay. And then that's smooth soulstone, which can go in here. And then I just need more soul glass. Now, the cool thing is, I'm always keeping glass in stock, right? Isn't that cool? Now, I should have no problem making a few more of these. Now, if I remember correctly, from Mystical Agriculture, there's some kind of knife or dagger or something. Soulium dagger. Yeah. I think this is needed to make this stuff work. So now, if I'm not mistaken, raiding mob seeds. Oh, good, there's a quest on it, because I was not sure. Mystical Agriculture. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Creating mob seeds. Mob seeds are simple to make, but to make mob seeds, you'll need to head to the nether to pick up some soulium. With the stone and ore that you find, you'll need to use these to make the soulium dagger and soul jars. Using the dagger, you'll be able to gather their souls, which are used in the future. Alternatively, you can fill soul jars inside the soul extractor by inserting a jar and using mob items to fill them. For example, rotten flesh will give you a portion of zombie soul. That's kind of cool. Yeah, that is kind of cool. So I either kill mobs with this while this is in my inventory, right? So if I go find some fish, I presume... You're not a fish? Do fish exist in this world? Am I gonna have to go find, like, maybe up in this direction? I would assume I would find fish. I don't want to have to go fishing. Something Dire never likes to do. You're not quite fish, are you? No. Is that fish? This might count as fish. It's tuna from Sushi Go Crafting. Do we feel like that's fish? Does that count as fish? I'm thinking it would be like these guys, right? So like salmon and cod type dudes. Alright, so let's... What are these guys? Tropical fish? Does that count? Apparently, yes. Cool. Right. And then I'm getting tropical fish drops. So that's nice. Right? So what I could do is I could still make you. I just need some more soulium daggers and a machine frame, which is probably doable. So I'm going to need 4 of you. And 4 of you. And 2 of you. And then 1, 2 of you, and then 2 more of these. And then that's cool. And then real quick, talk to me about water breathing on my helmet, if I can. Because that sounds like a fun upgrade. I'm going to need a lot of things I don't currently have, but I should be able to get most of them pretty easily. It's really just the pufferfish that'll probably be a problem. Because I can get prismarine shards from quartz. Right? Okay. And then kelp will be back where I was. And then I just need to find some pufferfish. Alright, let me farm up the remaining fish bits that I'm going to need here. And then we'll be back for more fun times. Cool? Alright, so with me being home, I should be able to deposit all this stuff. And then we've got these for later as needed. And then over here, do you need power of some kind? You do. Now's probably not a bad time to get more blazing power dudes. Yeah, I don't think I have any power. I should be automating power. There's a lot of things that I've kind of like slacked on automating. I have ender, dielectric casing. And then tiny capacitor. You guys should be online? Yes. Good. Excellent. And then I should be able to get my blazing dude to get you power, and then you should have no problem doing that. And that gets me how much of a soul? Half. Okay. So is my math correct there? I think so. Sweet. And then I can get my fish seeds, which will need prudentium and solium seeds. Okay. So different seed base. And that is cool. 1, 2. And I wonder if I get these jars back, because that would be nice. Now the seed, the fish, because they're like gonna basically, there's no like thing I always want to make with them. So my expectation will be, like, let's move lapis for now to like a normal seed platform. All I'm gonna want to do is get that fish essence and throw it in a drawer somewhere. You know, that works, right? Perfect. Cool. And then we can use that fish essence to make whatever fish I need. And now I can make puffer fish, which means I should be able to make my water breathing upgrade. All I'm going to need is some gold blocks and some skulk. Cool. And that's my water breathing upgrade. But more importantly, it means I can make my 10 sea shelves that I need. I just need some water bottles and 10 regular bookshelves. So it might not be too terrible. I might want the cow essence, or I could do cows the other way with hostile. You think hostile neural networks would be a cool way to do cows, or should I do cow essence? I'm leaning towards hostile neural networks. I don't know why, I just am. So that's what I'm going to do. So let me make, here's two things I'm going to need to automate. As I go along, I'm going to run into stuff I need to automate, right? So like, we're gonna just do this, and automate as we go kind of deal, right? So now if I came down here and said I wanted this, you're missing redstone torches, so you do need, I wasn't sure if I, now do you know how to make sticks? You don't really, so I should teach you that you are two of those. Cool. Okay. Now, clay is going to be another nuisance of mine. Clay is dirt and water. Okay. So that means we need to get water essence, because we already have dirt. Right. We're doing dirt and fire essence. Right, for sand. So we're going to need water essence, which means water agglomerates, which looks like I need one more piece of clay to make that happen. All right, so that's water seeds. Easy peasy. Now I'm thinking about how I want this to work. I'm thinking what we do is here's what we could do, right? If I wanted a clay dude, okay, like this, we could say something like, trying to think of how to make them not compete with each other. Because realistically, what I should be doing is limiting how many you produce, right? So like right now, why is sand so low? Actually, that's an exceptional question. Maybe because they're not growing fast enough to make and keep up with my glass demand auto crafting. That's probably it. That's probably it. Yeah, it's probably making it and then not keeping up. So, because I'd like you to keep, let's say, 512. What's wrong with that? Why can't you enter? There we go. Cool. Right. And then we could put this guy in there. And he would also do 512, enter. Okay. Because they're both using dirt essence, right? So I guess what I should do is get a dirt essence, which I assume shouldn't be too hard to get. We have some dirt essence just yet? Where's my dirt? Did I put you over here on the slow line? I did. There's some. So what I should do is put dirt essence in the overflow, like in this thing, right? And then it'll void excess kind of deal. And that works for me. And then we'll expand these drawers probably at some point to add some other essences like that. So basically, we'll be trying to keep clay and sand in stock. Now, in fairness, I did get just a whole bunch of clay just now, so we're good to go for now. But, like, that's that. All right, I think now I'd like to, if I can, automate our friend. Are you going to be, like, too much of a nuisance for me to do this? You might be. Might be too tight to do it up here in this layer. I could maybe do it over here, but I'm kind of saving this for any potential future cases. So I think down here is where I'll do it. Let's do it over by this area. I could combine these two auto crafting areas, right? I like that plan. I think that's what we're gonna do. Okay. So I'm thinking what I'll do is probably run straight down here. Do I have an energy acceptor? I should. Growth accelerator. No, I want energy acceptor. That should be easy enough to make happen, right? So that I can remove you. Plop you down here-ish. And now you're cool again, right? I like that plan, at least for now. So that way I can run cables and P2P down into that new basement. Not really new, but you know what I mean. Oh yeah, and I also wanted to make the cow thing. I'm going to do the cow thing between episodes. So hostile neural networks. I'm going to farm cows between episodes. Deal? Cool. And then do I need you? Yes. That'll be a thing I know I need to do. Okay, so you go there. And then memory card here can be saved. And then you can run down this way all the way to here. And that'll get me into that location. And that should be cool. Now, as for you getting power, I guess the smart play would be quartz fibering off of here. Probably going to need another one of these. And then I like normal cables, so I'm going to do that. So how about for now we wrap up the episode. We'll come back next time, and I'm going to have the cow essence that I need for that stuff, and then we'll, get a basement going because I want to automate the actual edition's laser so that I can automate getting Prismarine. For now, Del20 sign off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.